Hey students, so today we are going to discuss the topic of analyzing literature. So today we are going to become story detectives. Like authors like to hide secrets in stories without telling us directly, okay? So we have to use clues to figure out what is really happening, okay? So the next one is analyze short stories. Okay. Authors don't always tell you everything in the story. For example, they often suggest events, settings, and characters traits through the story's detail. Okay. As a result, you may need to make inferences or educated guesses about what happens and why. When you make an inference, you use your background knowledge about people, other stories, and the world to interpret the story's detail. So remember to base your inference on specific details or evidence from the story. So basically, and inference is just an educated guess. Like you take what you already know about the world, mix it with clues from the books, and boom, you found the hidden meaning. To analyze any story, we just look at the action or plot, you can say, the people, and the feeling, like tone, you can say. Okay, so the three steps analyze guide is okay. So here are the three steps, like making an educated guess by combining story details with your own background knowledge. So the three-step analysis guide. Sorry. Okay. The first one is understand the plot. Okay. Like summary, identify the main events, focus on how the plot develops and what happens, and determines the main conflict or problem in the story. So you simply have to find the main events, like summary, you can say, and the main problem, which is conflict. Okay. So the next one is examine characters. Okay. So protagonist and antagonist. Okay. Identify the main characters, the protagonist, which is main characters, and antagonist, which is the character or force opposing the protagonist. Okay. So, like you can say, it's a side character or related to, a character or force opposing the protagonist. Okay. And character development, like look at how the characters change throughout the story. So in simple words, that you have to identify the hero. Hero means protagonist, which is main character, and the opposing force like antagonist, and how they change. Okay. So the next one is evaluate style and tone. Like in simple words, that look at author's choice of words and their attitude or tone, you can say. Okay. So observe the author's writing style, including their choice of words, sentence structures, and determine the tone of the story, which is the author's attitude. Okay. Okay. So we have the paragraph and we have to read it. Then we will conclude. Okay. So Mather Loisel, a young woman unhappy with her modest life, borrows a beautiful diamond necklace from her wealthy friends, Madame Forcifer, to attend a fancy event. After the event, she loses the necklace and replaces it with a similar one. Spending 10 years working hard to pay off the debt, in the end, Mather discovers that the original necklace was a fake and the years of hardship were for nothing. So, uh, see how much meaning is packed into one short story. The necklace was not just jewelry, it was a symbol of her wanting to look rich, which backfired because it was fake. Okay. So, basically, a quick summary of a woman named Mathilde who borrows a diamond necklace, loses it, works 10 hard years to pay for a replacement, and then finds out that it was a cheap clay. Okay, so it breaks down. So look at the three main concepts in this. Like the conflict is like Mathilde struggle with her own dissatisfaction and trying to look rich. This is a conflict, you can say. And settings like her modest apartment and the fancy inn. And symbolism is like the necklace represents wealth and status, but its fakeness represents superficiality. Okay? So, what was the Mathilde struggling about? Like, as I have told you, that her struggle with her own dissatisfaction, like trying to look rich, like she tries to look rich. And where did the story took place, like location or surroundings? So the story took place in Mathilde's modest apartment, the event she attends, and various settings related to their struggles and efforts to repay the debt. Okay, and what does necklace symbolizes? Like find deep meaning about objects that are very important. So the necklace symbolizes wealth and status, representing Mathilde's desire for a more glamorous life. The fact that the necklace is fake underscores the theme of superficiality. Okay? Okay. So this analyze the following paragraph and answer the questions. Okay. Okay. So in a small apartment in the New York City, two young women, Sue and Johnsy, okay, are struggling with illness. Johnsy, who is gravely ill with pneumonia, okay, with pneumonia, loses hope of recovering and becomes convinced she will be if she will die when the last leaf falls from the vine outside her window. Sue, her friend, is deeply worried and tries to cheer Johnsy up, but Johnson's condition worse are getting worse. I think it's worse because the words are so small. So, the paragraph two is Sue enlists the help of Behram, an elderly artist who lives in their building and has always dreamed of painting a masterpiece. Behram, though gruff and somewhat discouraged, agrees to help. One stormy night, as the wind blows and rain lashes against the window, Behram secretly paints a leaf on the vine, creating an illusion that the last leaf was not fallen. Okay. So, according to the paragraph 1 and 2, Johnsy was suffering from which condition and why did Behram painted the leaf? Tell me. As I have told that Johnsy was suffering from pneumonia and Behram secretly painted the leaf on the vine to create illusion that the last leaf had not fallen, giving Johnsy hope so she would not give up on living. Okay. So, according to paragraph 1, what is the main conflict of Johnsy, Behram, and Sue? The main conflict is Johnsy's internal struggle with illness and despair. Like she has lost hope and believes that she will die when the last leaf falls. Okay, which creates an external conflict for Sue and Behram as they fight to save her life. Okay, so you can say that the big conflict is not a villain, it's the sickness and the fact that Johnsy has given up mentally. Sue and Behram are fighting against time and the weather to change her mind and save her. Okay, so according to paragraph 1, what is the primary location of the story and what how important was my role? I will tell you the answer, but you have to find the reason that what was that, okay? So the primary location is a small apartment in New York City. The wine played a critically important role because its leaves become a symbol of life and death for Johnsy. The final painted leaf ultimately restored her will to live, okay?